Today, Prajakta Koli acts in mainstream cinema, addresses global summits, and speaks directly to millions of followers every single day. But long before the Netflix deals and international red carpets, she was an ordinary kid sitting in her bedroom in Thane, trying to chart out a future that made sense. Her father had abandoned his own dreams of becoming a pilot to support the family. In the home he built, he prioritized a different kind of freedom, raising Prajakta in an environment where traditional gender roles simply didn't exist. Still, money was tight. When things got difficult, she had to crack open her childhood piggy bank to help her parents bridge the financial gap. Watching those sacrifices up close created a heavy, unspoken pressure. She carried a quiet responsibility to succeed, to make sure her family's struggles actually meant something. That pressure followed her into her early 20s, when she landed an internship as a radio jockey. It was supposed to be her big break, but the daily reality was crushing. She was stressed, constantly under the gun, and feeling entirely lost. The intense stress began to bleed into her home life. A dense communication gap opened up with her parents, creating a thick layer of tension under their roof. She needed an escape valve. She turned on a camera and started posting videos to YouTube. There was no calculated business plan or ambition for stardom. She desperately needed a place to express herself without someone looking over her shoulder. The project that would eventually define her career was an act of emotional survival, a way to breathe when the walls felt like they were closing in. Surviving on early Indian YouTube required brutal discipline. For years, she locked herself into an unforgiving schedule, scripting, shooting, and uploading a new video every single Thursday. There was no established playbook for women in the space, so she wrote her own. She built her audience entirely on sharp, observational comedy and highly relatable everyday characters. This chart shows exactly how rapidly that formula caught on. Her subscriber count rocketed past 100,000, then quickly scaled into the multi-millions as her viewership snowballed. The momentum pushed her into the upper echelons of Indian celebrity. Soon, she was casually collaborating and holding her own alongside A-list actors like Hrithik Roshan. But the smiling, energetic persona concealed a heavy toll. Behind closed doors, she was managing severe emotional fatigue, navigating intense body image issues, and carrying the exhausting mental weight of staying relevant. The sheer scale of that online attention demands a psychological armor. To survive the internet, you have to build a resilience the audience never sees. That resilience served her when she decided to act. The traditional entertainment industry carries a heavy bias against internet creators, often treating them as transient novelties rather than serious performers. When she landed her breakthrough role in the series Mismatched, critics were quick to assume the casting directors were simply buying her massive social media following. She answered the skepticism through the work itself. Her nuanced, vulnerable scenes alongside Rohit Saraf proved she possessed the raw talent and emotional depth required for the screen. That performance paved the way for her leap from streaming platforms straight into big-screen Bollywood cinema, taking a featured role in Jug Jug Jio. By holding the frame in a theatrical release, she cemented the fact that digital creators can be legitimate, bankable artists in legacy entertainment. Even with mainstream acceptance, she refused to let acting be her ceiling. She pivoted into literature, releasing her own published novel, Too Good to Be True. She continuously seeks out friction outside of her professional life, pushing her physical limits by training for and completing her first ever marathon. That drive eventually pushed her onto global platforms. She took her advocacy for women's empowerment and climate change to international stages, actively collaborating alongside figures as prominent as Michelle Obama. Her impact is now defined by her presence in high-level international policy circles, using her platform to steer conversations on the world stage alongside global leaders. Yet, in sharp contrast to her stratospheric public profile, her life behind closed doors is fiercely guarded and remarkably quiet. She maintains a decade-long relationship with her fiancé, Prajakta. Their bond is so integrated into her family that she frequently jokes her own father loves Prajakta more than her. That grounded nature shows up in small, chaotic moments, like the time she realized she'd accidentally left her own engagement ring sitting in the car. Decades after breaking her childhood piggy bank, she proved that scaling the heights of media and entertainment doesn't require industry connections or a manufactured persona. An ordinary kid from Thane can capture the world's attention simply by remaining unapologetically herself.